Hello lovely people and welcome to another Rapid Game video. Today is going to be the first of a set of regular scheduled videos. So I'm going to be making Rapid Game videos on Mondays and Thursdays, a something video on Tuesdays. I'm going to try and be a little bit creative. We'll see how that goes. So you'll get a video on Tuesday and a weekly update on Saturday. I know I keep saying I'll do weekly updates. I know I keep saying I'll do more videos, but this is different this time because I'm properly making a schedule, committing to it in front of you right now. And then Fridays is live stream. So you'll get a proper video on Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And then live streams are proper videos too. But on Fridays at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, UK time, which is GMT +1, you'll get a live stream, probably of me mostly playing Rapid games, but you might see some different things as well, and that will be available to watch later. But most people watch live streams live, not really watching them later, but I don't know, who knows. So you can catch me live, as I said, at that time. Otherwise, be prepared to have 1, 2, 3, 4 other videos available each week starting today. Now, okay, so I am 1621 currently on chess.com Rapid. I am looking to... I was down at like 14 something very recently. Lost almost every game in a row for a whole day. And then I just managed to get back up to 1621 by winning almost every game in a row. And that's just the way it goes. And it's weird because I don't feel like I'm better or anything. I just feel like I'm somehow not making the same mistakes as I was making. But it's weird when you start tilting, and sometimes you don't even feel like you're tilting, or at least this is my experience. I don't even feel like I'm tilting. I just feel like I just can't play chess today. It's impossible. So I think I can play chess again to whatever degree. Not 1781, not quite there yet. But let's see. Mostly just focusing on the goal of thinking about what my opponent's plans are. That's in Rapid. I think if I can just think what my opponent's plans are and annoy them by making moves which disrupt those plans, hallelujah, I'll just win. So let's give it a go. I've also changed the colour of my board to make it similar to playing on Lichess, because I'm more used to playing on Lichess. And I never really liked the green, but I never took the time to go, actually, I could change this. So I'm playing against Zelneb. I like that username. 1670 from Croatia, Philippines. Don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to play bishop b5, check. They can block in 3 ways. I think they're going to go knight c6. And I'm going to go follow up with c4, a new opening idea. If they take, then I've got this quite invasive b5 pawn. If they just play knight to f6, I will develop my knight behind the pawn, which is very nice. I'm going to take, obviously. So take back. I've got a pawn on b5. Okay. So they do play knight f6 a move later. And I don't know whether I should just get on with knight c3 development or queen e2. Both of those moves actually defend both pawns, which is interesting. I think I'm going to go with knight c3. I may want to put my queen on d2. Yeah, I'm more likely to want to put my queen on d2 now. Maybe this and this at some point. Creating a battery, focusing on the h6 square. And if I put my queen on e2, it just wastes a move. I think my knight's more likely to want to be there. So they are likely to want to fianchetto next move. And I'm probably just going to get these pieces off that diagonal. Rather than worry about the long diagonal being controlled, just get the pieces off, the bishop staring into thin air. Okay, I could just castle here. This bishop's gone, so there's not much point playing h3. I'm going to make sure I don't go down too much on time. So my candidate moves are pushing, castling, and just pushing. Actually, no, do I want to maybe consider this? Are they potentially going to lock this down? This is a move, isn't it? If I see e5 on the board, am I ever going to be able to play this move? Probably not. Let's play it now. to avoid that. That's good thinking about what my opponent's going to do. It may be inaccurate, maybe that's fine, maybe this just weakens this square, so d5 is now a jumping off point, and I'm going to take back with the knight because it's not defending anything, the knight here, so it doesn't have a responsibility, and I don't really want to get in the way of this discovered attack, potential discovered attack. Not that it was scary necessarily, but I think in a rapid game where I'm already down on time because that's what I'm prone to do, I just want to avoid stuff like that. Almost went there, but that's a fork. Got to remember my knight's there. If I go here, then the knight can jump and be a bit annoying, really. If I come here, that's okay. I wouldn't mind inducing this pawn move. I think I'm going to go here. If that, then this. If this, then that. I'm okay with all of those moves. This is still protected, nice and tidy. Maybe my queen does want to come to d2 after all. They are likely, I was going to say they're likely to play a6. So this is a potential jumping point for this knight. If it gets there, I have to defend this pawn or move it. Do I want to just play this move? Is that a bit too weakening? That's the thing. I've got to pay attention to this. If I just do this, it's not potentially not great. I might castle now, and then I can meet this with just bringing the rook over. And I've developed like castled, get my kings into the safe corner, relative safety, and then I bring the rook over. And they don't really have any other good forward moves just for now, so I think that's best to bet. Not blundering anything. No, don't think so. Don't think so. I was just looking at this, and that's defended, and this can even happen, so don't worry about it. Okay, I think either this or this, or this. So these are my three candidate moves. Can this, I'm just thinking, can this be attacked? It can be attacked, and then if this was played, I'd actually lose a pawn, because if I took this knight, I would be down a knight, and well, we'd have traded knights, and I would have lost a pawn. Obviously, if this is attacked, I can just immediately defend it, or maybe even move it. I'm going to play queen d2, because if the queen comes here, I can immediately ask for a trade of bishops. And if knight here now, and I take, well, if the queen takes, I take back, the bishop takes, and I win the exchange, and I'm down a pawn. Okay, so that is what happened. They did play that move, and I said I would just come across with the rook, and I think I'm going to do that. Okay. 14 minutes. They've got 14 minutes still. How are they playing this quickly? Now, do I want to trade this bishop? Just in general, conceptually, in this position, conceptually. I don't know, like, maybe not next move, but in general, do I want to trade this bishop in this structure with these pieces? I don't know. Okay, how do I make this decision? Well, it's the best. Well, I don't know. Maybe one of these two is the... Definitely one of these two is the best defender of the king. I don't know which I would say is the best defender. I'd say given the weak dark squares, this bishop has got to say, I'm the best defender of the king. And I would be trading that best defender. Are there any tactics? Oh, I've just spotted a nice tactic. So potentially if I it doesn't work in all cases, but say if I were to go knight d5, and they say, aha, free pawn, because I've only got one defender on that pawn after I play that move, and no, it doesn't work so well. Only because my queen is just on the wrong square. But say if, imagine my queen's not going to get attacked, so knight d5, they take, I take with check, and now I've got this discovered attack on the queen, the king moves, I give another check, sacrificing the knight, and they have to take, or they could come back or whatever. They probably just take, don't they? They probably just take, and then I win a queen, but then obviously I lose a queen. Doesn't exactly work, but good to spot these ideas. Maybe it'll work in the future. And they're not like, they don't have to take, that's the other thing. They could notice, obviously. I'm thinking of just coming over with my rook as well. It's what I wanted to do earlier. Although, maybe instead I could start pushing. No, I think what I'm going to do, everything seems reasonably well tied down. I'm going to trade. This queen doesn't have responsibility. She's not guarding a pawn. She's not really guarding this knight. The only thing would be attacking is the bishop. I'm going to trade. They can't move back because they haven't moved their rook yet. So that's another reason. It's like, get this bishop trade in whilst it works. Because if they've moved the rook and I come in like this, they can just go back here and say, nope, I don't want to trade it. I want to stay here in the corner. This is a weird place for a knight. I've got to keep thinking like, it's not there. It's there. So it's attacking squares that I'm not used to being attacked by a knight. So it's easy just to sort of forget that. Like, this is attacked twice by 2 knights. You don't normally have a central square attacked by both the knights. Well, I say normally. I just proper normally is these 2 squares. So they attack different centrals. Okay, so very, very invasive. If I can get rid of this knight or distract it in some way, this starts to become annoying. They have to just go back, basically. Or at least I'm pretty sure they have to go back. So, I mean, this looks tempting as well. Just not letting the queen sit on that new square she's found. I don't know whether to just trade first to avoid having to think about this. Yeah, I like trading first. I don't want to have to put my queen on a square. I don't really want my queen on h6 if I can help it. So they're going to take, I'm pretty sure. And now this is defended twice. And now that does leave this square. So that's now a forking square for my queen and rook, but it's defended right now. Right now it's defended, but I need to keep an eye on that because it won't always be defended. The queen's in line with this piece, the knight. So if I got my queen here, I'm going to start with this. I need to be a little bit faster. Okay, that is a forking square. That's a forking square. If this, then this. And oh no, well I haven't done very well here. Yes, this happens straight away. Not good. You see, they've seen that. I haven't seen it very well. I thought about it, but I didn't actually do the proper thinking. Like, can this? I was like, this knight is important. You know, don't move it. And I didn't think, can it be? Is it a reliable defender? Of course, it's not a reliable defender. It's just going to be attacked straight away. Okay. Okay, it's not the end of the world to be down the exchange. I want to take back with this rook so that this is defended. I want my queen. Potentially this takes and then this. Check. This knight is weak, but defended. So check. If black doesn't take and just moves back, I'll give another check. But okay, imagine if they don't do that, then they move into the corner. Then this, threatening mate, take, and then just come up. Yeah, I like this better. It's, if they take, it works only because I can move the queen with check. And if they don't take, I think, so check, and I win a pawn. And their king side is a bit destroyed. But they're just going to come over with the rook. So I might just take, what should I do? I like that I like that if I take with the queen, then this is still protected. And I don't have to start running away with my queen because she has a nice little safe haven here. The rook can't just come up afterwards. Yes, I'm going to go with the queen take. Yep. I might want to kick this. If it comes here, that's fine. In fact, it's better than fine. I think that's good. Gives me a tempo move. Although it can come here then, threatening a check, a losing of a pawn. Then this, and then check, and then up, and then here. Yeah, it just puts the knight. Maybe I'd have to just come up. Although now I'm thinking might want to just bring the rook up straight away and avoid even messing around. This knight's not really a threat to me at the moment. Reasonably well under control. I'm going to put pressure on the king side. I've got a nice... Obviously this knight's doing a good job and the rook can come up. But then this queen has a responsibility, especially if the rook's there. Like if the queen's not there, I'm taking with a pin on the rook. In fact, if I go here and they don't put the rook here, then I can actually come in with this attack on this knight. And the knight can't take, because if they do, I win with checkmate. That's if they don't put the rook on that square. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with, I shouldn't have missed like how easy it was for black to just disrupt my defense of the square to fork my queen and rook. But yesterday's version of me would have not even noticed any of that and would have just been like, oh, I'll just play my own game. That's my play badly at chess voice. Interesting. Okay, I didn't see that move. That's an interesting move. Okay, I'm thinking about pushing this to try and break open the center. So to do that, I might think instead first to get a pin on this pawn. And then even before that, I was going to say before that, like, so to do this, I might need to do this. And to do this, I might need to do this so that it's defended. But maybe just that's too slow. Like, it's not that slow because it is creating tension. But if they take, so push, take, they might take back. But like push, take, and then they have a move. And they're not, they don't need to do anything over here. So I'm just giving the move back to them. I could instead just go straight in with this. If they want to take, so be it. I'm happy to win the central pawn. Okay, I'm going to play this move. I'm down on the clock. So playing this, pinning this pawn. If I now play this and they take, I will take back. I'm now applying lots of pressure on this pawn, and I've opened up this pawn as well. Also, this queen's responsible for this rook at the moment. So the queen, I could take this pawn straight away. If the queen takes it, I win that rook and probably just come back. And I can only come back because I've got this covering the checkmating square. So I might want to create some luft for my king at some point as well. And I've always got this move just to keep piling on the pressure. They might try and go over here with their knight. Stops me looking at that rook and defends this square. Although it takes away their defense of this square, so it gives me a chance to double up if I want to double up. And rather than focusing on the flank, I can focus on the center. All right, they've got 7 minutes, I've got 3. I'm liable to sort of forget what my pieces are doing. So this is defended 3 times at the moment, and it's attacked twice. Keep an eye on these things. So this is really important actually, isn't it? I can't be losing that pawn for nothing. At the moment this is undefended, but it's kind of okay because I would win that pawn. But that's not always going to be true. Maybe I want to push this, but then if I push this, this is hanging, X-ray hanging, and I'm in danger of being back rank checkmated. So if they go here, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Incredible. I am predicting my opponent's move. I'm going to straight away take advantage of it. And if they come here, I get the pawn. They can't come here. They can just take and say, fine, okay, you win that central pawn. But I think that'd be very good for me. I need to make sure that if they do that, I keep an eye on this square. This rook doesn't need to go anywhere at the moment. It can just stay, hang back, provide support from the rear. Whew. I am nervous. Like, this is a tense game. I think a lot to do with the fact that over the last couple of days, I've just had such fluctuations in how much I see or how well I play in general. But I think I'm pretty happy with this game so far. I think I won't be holding my head in shame, I don't think, at the end of it. Cool thing about this rook is it can say, hey, what do you think about this? And then immediately just come back, depending on what black does. Like, this is a pretty much forever weakness in black's camp. And this rook is very fast at just dancing. A fast dancer. I have this. Oh, interesting. Interesting. What is that move? What are you doing? What are you doing? If I take, then I've got this pawn. What are you thinking with this move? Like, what's your plan? Just get off there, and then they're defending that back rank so many times. Now it's not a target. It's the queen's not a target on that square. It's defending. Okay, I'm just going to take. If I take, am I hanging anything? Are they going to do this? Maybe, but I don't think that does anything. This is still defended, attacked and defended enough. And I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it! This rook gets in the way of any diagonal queen moves just for the moment. And what's going to happen next? This can't move. Interesting. Okay, very well. I think it's obvious. I just do this. This can happen, but it's not a check. It's not really threatening anything either. It might just do it so that it defends, so that black defends the pawn. Okay. I think I've got only one move. That's the move. So if I come here, getting rid of this, because I like the idea of getting my rook to the 7th rank. So if I try and get rid of this knight, so here, and maybe just back here to avoid, not sure, maybe that's just a bit overly cautious. So how about, I don't want to do this because if any time it opens up, my king's, this pawn would be like pinned and wouldn't be able to take. So future reference, I should be looking and noticing that they are planning to double up because it's quite an obvious plan. So in this position, that's like obviously a potential thing. We're pretty much even on time, which is nice because I think given that they had lots more time for the majority of the game, it might be in my favor that they're now suddenly at risk. Now this, because this is hanging if this knight moves. So what about this? This is good? No? Yes? It is good. I know it is. It's definitely good. Gonna do it. Gonna do it. Come on. Unreliable knights defending pieces, or in this case squares, but basically the same idea. If takes, then takes, and then takes. And this is hanging. And this can't defend this. Okay. Well, still, didn't think of that. That's getting in the way, isn't it? Of course. That's getting in the way. Like, their knight move splits the defense. Splits it. What am I thinking? Okay, I'll learn after the game. Now it's time to play. So I can take and then check. And they'll probably put their queen on one of these squares. And oh, wait, they don't. Damn. Okay, check. Now, what's going to happen if this? They can't just take, because I'll just take with the queen. I know the pawn can't take. I'm threatening to pin and win. The queen just moves. So the queen has to move, surely. Goes to here. I can't do any of this ideas because I can't win this pawn because the queen covers it, and I can't do this because just covered like a million times. I need to not lose on time. And I'm not going to move this, I don't think, straight away. Maybe I should just push and start harassing these pawns. If I do this and this, what if I do this and then... No, it doesn't work. That doesn't work. I'm probably going to try and reinforce these pawns. It's a 3-on-2, but I don't know what it's like when one of the 3 is doubled. Or 2 of the 3 are doubled. This is pinned for now. I can't move. Just for at least a move. I mean, I could... No, I can't do that because the queen just takes it. I should make this rook more active. How? I can't go there. Can't go there. Oh, it's just trapped. This takes. Okay. Very well. Giving a check. Not really threatening much once she gets there, though. What if I do what if I go here, takes, there? I don't want my rook to just be here. Like, what's it doing here? Still defending this. Yep. Defending this pawn. Just for a moment. Just a moment. My move. Okay. Getting up the pin, so I can now play this. Because the pawn can recapture if the knight takes. And they really want to trade. I will allow it this time. They have to take. Yeah, they have to. And now they're going to... They can't come here, which is just very nice. But they're going to probably easily win these with their knight. Like just here straight away. Oh no, okay. So here, check, here, can't come here to give this one. I'm going to come in. I've got to come in. It's king up time. Okay, that's a perfect. The knight can't touch me here. So now what? I might just race. Yeah, and then this and here. They're not doing a very good job of mopping up these pawns. I think this could be dangerous. I might push. Sorry, not there. Push and push. I might just take with the king. No, don't take with the king, because it gives the knight this square. Exactly. It's going to go here probably. And then what do I do? Do I go this way or this way? I give a check first. It's hard to say. I don't want to defend this pawn. I don't want to defend it because it's tying down my king. I want to... This knight's nowhere near this pawn, so I'm going to come this way. The knight takes. That's fine. I'm going to start pushing these pawns. The knight can't come here because I've got that covered, so it can't take this pawn just yet. I'm going to just threaten this pawn with these two. Nice, yeah. Nice. Anywhere I go, I'm going to get... Anywhere I go that keeps the... If I go here, I get this fork. I'm going to have to just go here. I know I get this, and then this, and then this. I'm going to have to accept that. Do I have time to do this? No, I probably don't. That's a lot. That's a lot of this. Okay, let's try it anyway. Although I could... No, just go for it. I was going to say I could just defend this pawn so I can then come back and then this isn't a problem. Or, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I am going to have to... Oh, no, you see, that's an interesting one. I didn't really... I should have defended it. Like I said, I am losing this pawn now. Or am I? No, I'm not. Not necessarily. Yeah, they're going to come here. Good move. They win this, and then they push. And I have to try my hardest to win some tempo. That's pretty good for me, surely. That's given me a move, a tempo on the knight. Ah, I've lost. That's a shame. The only last thing I thought about was this. But it doesn't work. Well played, my opponent. Okay, quick look, and I will get back to you. I've had more painful losses, but it's still annoying. It still hurts. So I will pick out some moments. This is all okay. I'm happy to have the pawn on b5. It's a weird thing to have in the position. And maybe... So I was quite happy to get this because I had this battery. And actually it turns out it was a mistake to try and trade off the bishops in the way I did it. So defending the pawn. And now this rook puts pressure on this knight. And it's tactically vulnerable once I've done this and the queen has buggered off over here. Now, I said in the game that I'm quite happy that the bishop doesn't take my bishop because then my queen's on h6 and I don't really want it to be there. But they obviously had the opportunity to do that, and they could have done it here. So it was a mistake because they can just go this, attacks the rook and the pawn. And that pawn is defending the knight. So if I just defend and then this and this, and not good. I'm down a pawn, and actually, yeah, just this is weak. This knight's in the middle of nowhere and like not defended anymore, and not well, it wasn't defended at all in the first place actually, but it's maybe difficult to know what to do with it. It can't go forward yet, and the black pieces, the black major pieces, are able to come in and control the c-file. So I shouldn't have done that. They didn't notice, or they didn't take advantage of that. So I took. And now the threat of my queen going off over there isn't there anymore. And I pushed. And yeah, this is the point. So I pushed and then only then realized, what I've done. So it's just the order of my thinking needs to change. Like I push and everyone does it. So even Grandmaster. So it's never going to be a perfect. I'm never going to perfectly solve this problem, but pushing and then going, I wonder what that weakens, rather than I wonder what this weakens, and then making the move. So that weakens this. This would fork these two pieces, and black immediately takes advantage of it. Now I should have panicked here and go, I'll just do something, just very classic, like I'll just do something to black and make them make a move, and that might create. If I'd have just paused for a second and thought, okay, that's never going to do anything good. It's never going to make this square suddenly not attacked by this knight, or it's not going to move either of these pieces. It's not going to mean that I can get away from this with an attack on the queen. That's basically the thing, isn't it? Like, what if I push and then the queen comes here and then I can just attack the queen? Imagine if it's not something like that. But just take a moment. Don't just lash out and react, because actually my move works now and it didn't work when I played it. So my move was this, and I took a while to think about it, and then I went, okay, that's a thing. These pawns are made weaker, and I mean, if it doesn't matter. But basically, the pawn has to take, or if it doesn't, the king goes in the corner, and now the knights. So let's see. In this position, I'm talking crap. So if black takes, it's like the end of the game. Terrible, because this queen isn't here to defend the knight. So the king has to go in the corner, and then it's a check, and just fantastic for white. Really weak king. I'm going to win this pawn next, I think. And yeah, this knight's coming in with tempo. It's just very good. So black can't take the knight. Black has to do something like this. And what can I do here? Maybe just attack this rook. Again, sort of with tempo. Rook comes here maybe. Whatever. Rook goes somewhere. And then, it wouldn't go there, would it? It would go here, for example. And then I attack the queen. And this. And this. And again, there's no time for this. Still no time. It's like a really long sequence. And then the queen comes. Actually, where does the queen go? Damn. Okay, the rook wouldn't go here. This is all very long-winded. But the point is, even if black just takes with this, even if white just takes back with the queen, I'm just getting the queen off this forking square. So all that is to say that it worked just before I did it. Just a moment before I did it. So I push, and then I give black the opportunity. And now this isn't really working. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. I looked at the engine, it says it's -4. Like, black's completely winning. Ever optimistic. I was thinking, I'm doing okay here. And even more so, winning a pawn here, doing quite well. And now, I did play the best move, but I just missed. I missed that this was hanging. I don't know if I'd have played it if I knew it was hanging. Maybe I would have still played it. But anyway, black takes, I take, black takes, I take. And I win this pawn, and I've got a nice centralized and very powerful rook. Give with check. And I will just zoom through these moves because I don't think they're particularly interesting, and they were played with very low time. And there was a moment here. I think I did pretty well to get to this position. I mean, my opponent could have played better, but I went from being -4, so completely losing, and this is just dead even. They take, well, it's dead even now. I went, I shouldn't take with my king because I'll get forked. But I should realise I need to just drop some. I did think I realised later I can just drop this pawn. I should have realised now, like, what am I doing? Like, splitting this glorious 3 and keeping my king on this side of the board. Why not just take, and then what are they going to do? Fork up here, this, and then I guess, zoom. Like there was a line I looked at that was the computer I just watched what the computer did, and it was this. So it ends in a draw because you just end up back and forth and back and forth, and that's it. That's the end of the game. Black can't let this pawn get to here, so black just keeps giving a check and then threatening to win the pawn if it moves. White tries to defend it and it goes back. So, and like, you'd have to see all that. I should have seen that in this position, I should take with the king. If I had more time, I think I would have seen it, because now my king is closer to this pawn as well. So takes and there, and it just, this looks much better than what I had in the game. This pawn is a long way away from castling. Black has to take 2 pawns first. So like doing all this and then getting out of the way and then making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves. So I should have done this, and I would in the future. Okay, that's enough from me. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you're looking forward to the weekend, and I want to know, how is your chess going? Are you doing what I'm doing? I have big fluctuations, and this unfortunately wasn't a continuation of the upward trajectory, but in terms of rating, but in terms of gameplay, still pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. There were obviously bad moments, but I think the good moments were better than I've been playing recently. So that's pretty good. All right, chat to you soon. Bye.